we're gonna do an exercise that you can advance on from playing for grips. So for any of our white belts that have been trained up to orange belt, will know that that's a part of our syllabus, which is the playing for grips. So a bit like, so grapple for backs is the next part of the syllabus. And this is where you're just going to navigate yourself from high clinch round into low clinch, and to be able to arm drag to escape, or elbow under to move yourself around. But we're going to add some attacks to this that's going to make you kind of think a little bit wider than it being a grappling exercise. So this is also going to be a good opportunity for karate people who are maybe a little bit under-taught or under-practiced on grappling. It completely changes the scope of how you attack, because we were always for this distance, so everything was big and straight, or big, or big, or big. Everything small was either applied in Bunkai or it was maybe applied in pad work, but we're going to actually apply it to our partners. Now we know we're not allowed to actually hit each other, so what we do is we take the exercise and split it into two, don't we? I can't punch Scott in the face, so I can split it into practicing the technique and practicing applying power. So I can practice the technique by not hitting Scott, and then Scott can put up a focus mitt, then I hit it with power. The idea is I can put those two things together, okay? So in this case, there is no difference, where I'm using this to practice the technique, but not actually hitting, okay? So from here, if you're quite familiar with playing for grips, then we can move on from this. If you're not, start with this, just sort of work your way around, and you can slip underneath, or we can go from a low clinch, arm drag around the back. But I want you to bear one thing in mind, which is a very, very important principle, judo, jiu-jitsu, which is the distance between the two of you, okay? Now you're always taught, actually it was Matt Jardine that said this, isn't it? It's about creating space and stealing space. So we're going to name drop Sensei Matt Jardine. So, if I want space, I'm the one that's got to create it, not Scott. I'm the one, I've got to try and control the situation. If I need to do something grapple-based, I have to steal it. Because if I try to grapple with space, I'm giving space to myself, I'm also giving space to Scott. And Scott can use it against me. So, if we're grappling, I want to try and keep this distance between me as close as possible. I described it in a class the other day, it's a bit like being a magnet. So if I need to navigate myself around Scott to try and stay as close to Scott as possible, okay, until I decide that's enough, okay? So anyway, to the exercise. So we're going to play for grips, but I want you, as you navigate your way around, to try and find things to attack, okay? So maybe with this hand, I can catch the head, lovely. Maybe I'm on the inside, I can get elbows in. Again, I'm not actually hitting him, I'm pretending to do it. If I'm doing an arm drag, again, don't do this, because I've created space for myself, but I've also created space for him, okay? So I need to navigate, myself, like circumnavigate Scott, okay? Like around the world in 80 days. I can't do this, it's going to take too long. Here, and I can go in for a choke if I wanted, or I can go for some kidneys, or I can take an arm or whatever, okay? But we're in close quarters, which again, karate people notoriously not very good at. So that's why we're going to practice it. Don't neglect the legs. I can put some legs in, put some knees in. I can have a little bit of fun with trying to change my structure to affect his. But make sure, shoulder to shoulder, keep the bodies close, keep the heads tucked in. So start with playing for grips. If you've done pommeling with us before, have some fun with that. But find ways to attack on your way around. So play with it. There is some compliancy with it. Okay? For now, we're going to make it less compliant when we play with it at the end. Okay? So I don't want me and Scott going. Because we're not really learning anything. Especially as we're learning. Okay, we're learning this. We'll play with it later, and then we can start trying to battle each other. And try to stick some stuff. Try and stick some stuff in. Bang. Try and put them on the floor. Okay? Then we can play with it. Learn first. Learn, practice, revise. In that order. Okay? Have a go.